Hello, how are you? Would you tell me if I had something in my teeth? All right, in today's Jiu-Jitsu video, we are going to talk single leg defense and Jiu-Jitsu single leg counters and the specific details behind these techniques that are super helpful, especially if you are a small person going up against bigger people. All of my jiu-jitsu is from a perspective of a small person, because if I can't get my stuff to work against people 50% bigger than me, then my jiu-jitsu doesn't work, because that's the entire mat. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get into it. That was a quiet clap so that doesn't pick up on the microphone. All right, it's been 45 seconds. Let's get into it. Now, you may already know the defense to a single leg, both on the ground and standing, is to sprawl. So the purpose behind a sprawl is to get them to release the grip forcefully from your leg, whereby you do not have them controlling your leg anymore. Now, here's something you may not know. Head control when you are sprawling is important because, as I mentioned in my last video, the body does not want to drive forward if it knows it's hitting something in which its spine is being compressed. The body will want to preserve itself, especially its spinal cord. So if you have somebody who has a single leg on you, the first move off of a single leg, if somebody's doing it to you, they're going to want to try to drive to standing. So if you feel them driving forward, driving into you, take the palm, put it on the top of their head, and push inward. You also want to push downward to smash their face into the mat and post on them. Fun times had by all. Now, let's cover the #1 mistake when people do a sprawl, and it has to do with your toe position. Now, do you see my right toe, the sprawling leg? Okay, do you see where his toes are, how they're almost digging into the mat? Let's do a comparison. What happens is when somebody is driving forward and they're trying to drive you to standing, if your toes are digging into the mat, then they're going to act as a stopper, and it will help you be raised to standing, which is what you don't want to do, because that's what your opponent wants to happen. You want to have ballet toes, laces down is the technical term. That way, when they start driving, you will literally just be sliding across the mat. One more sprawling tip. When you sprawl and they have a single leg, you can pull up on their elbows, and that helps to decrease the strength of their grip that they have around your leg. Outside of the club, now, let's build the brutality here. From the head that's putting that spinal pressure, weave your outside hand, arm under their arm, and clasp your own wrist. This provides the leverage needed to get them on their back. Now, I love to have fun. Here is a little counter to that move. It's a Granby roll. You wonder why things get a little spicy when we're drilling. Now, when you get them to their back, if you can get knee on belly shown here. You can transition that to an armbar. But the key is the body will always follow where the head wants to go. Now, here's a brutality detail. If you are having trouble getting the quarter Nelson, one thing that you can do is to pull on their head and arm in order to make space. And here is a great detail of both the importance of getting your knees in if you're on the bottom position, and the importance of securing the torso after you get the quarter Nelson. So you underhook the arm, you can pull the head, and you see how he tries to put his knees up, but I sneak my arm across in order to get to Kesa Katami. See how I I put the arm across the torso before he could get his knees in. Next, let's talk about single leg counters. When somebody has your single leg, the number one thing they're going to want to do besides driving to standing is to get their elbow on the inside of your thigh. If they don't do this, you can reach out and pull it to the inside of your calf. You can pull it there, but they will want to get there on their own in order to angle to your back. That's where they're gonna wanna go anyway. So let it happen. So do you see how right now I'm trying to get my elbow over his calf? And do you see how he keeps on cutting the angle, reversing his toe clockwise? See, from there, he's actually asking me to grab his toe and do a toe pick. So you wanna make sure that you offer that and you don't defend against something that you wanna have happen because you have a counter up your sleeve waiting. So let them get their elbow over, and then when you reach down, the most important thing is this elbow grip. Oh my God, get that elbow. If they slip the elbow between your thighs, you have lost any arm attack. You've lost the omoplata.
Everything is alright, so we gonna walk, alright, through the roads of creation. We the generation, tell me why.
I'm gonna show you an example of what is probably going to happen to you when you first try this. Do you see how I grab the elbow, and do you see how the elbow slips through my legs? That is an example of what happens when you grab that elbow, you actually want to pull it against your thighs, and that pressure is what helps hold the arm there because of the bend in the elbow. And the thing that's really beautiful is, especially if you're a smaller player, this is what happens to me all the time. When I go for an omoplata, the defense is to roll out of the omoplata. And the counter to the rollout is basically to do a sit-up fast enough for you to put your arm over their low back. That's like the beginner version. Okay, this is what's realistically going to happen. Let them roll, because their roll is typically faster than my sit-up, and if they're bigger than me, just that momentum, sweetheart, like my arm is not gonna stop that. So let them roll and then armbar them off the omoplata defense. So they're like, I'm getting omoplata. They roll out of it and you're like, I have the armbar anyway. And your legs do not need to be over their head to get this armbar. Next section, I'm going to play the moves again and see if you can recall all of the tips that we just went through, because mental repetitions matter. And even test yourself, like in your mind, imagine, okay, somebody has a single leg. What do I need to do first? Where do I want to put my hips? How do I want the toes of the leg that's being captured? What if they get their elbow over my calf? What do I do next? What if they what if I try to roll to attack the omoplata and they roll? Now what's the most important thing to get the armbar? And what is I just gave away the answer, but So I'll see you at the end of this cool little montage.
Next, ladies and gentlemen, we have three fine young men from Seattle. Here they are, Nirvana.
I stopped yourself without any words. I got so high, I scratched it, I bled. Love myself better than you. Know it's wrong, so what should I do? The finest day that I've ever had. It's when I learned to cry on command. Love myself better than you. Know it's wrong, so what should I do? I'm on a plane. I can't complain. I'm on a plane. I can't complain. somehow realize what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Take a trip from me. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.
Roddy's on the microphone with Ross MG. All the people in the dance will agree that we're well qualified to represent the LBC. Me and the week, we gon' run to the party, dance to the rhythm, it gets harder, harder. I got you older. Song, she said, have I got a little story for you? What you thought was your daddy was nothing but a while you were sitting home alone at age 13. Your real daddy was dying. Sorry I didn't see him, but I'm glad we talked. Oh, I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive.
In the club, got them bottles on replay. Tryna break a record like a DJ. There's 150 bottles in one night. I get it, bitch, some act right. Act right. Act right. When it don't fold, is it act right? Act right. Act right. Nigga playing games, get that act.
All right. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I was happy to be able to share some details of single leg Jiu-Jitsu, single leg counters, and single leg defense. Yeah, this was really good. Now I'm gonna end with Alex, who is a black belt. I'm gonna end with him demoing all of the techniques that we just saw us do, like a little resistance drilling. And the reason why I'm doing this is because watching an upper level belt like move is one of the most beautiful things. Like the grace and skill, watching somebody who has done something like thousands of times, especially thousands of times live, and this is their game. It's just like, I have looked at, it's like you look at a 200-pound black belt and they are moving like you would think they would move like a large, like a large. They're just moving with like the beauty and grace. It's beautiful. I just love that. I love that for us. All right, so enjoy the skill, because Alex has been a black belt for longer than I have even done jiu-jitsu, which is, that type of dedication is something to be respected, and I love learning jiu-jitsu from him. So thank you, Alex. Until next time, bye.